I will be discussing the justice of the peace in the Jamaican diaspora. A justice of the peace, or JP, is a person of unquestionable integrity who seeks to promote and protect the rights of individuals and helps to give justice to those persons in a particular community. The Ministry of Justice provides supervision for the various processes involved in the appointment of Justice of the Peace and ensures that records are accurately maintained. The position of Justice of the Peace originated in England in 1361 with the passing of the Justice of the Peace Act. The peace to be guarded was the King's sovereign's peace. The office of a Justice of the Peace is a voluntary one. Therefore, a JP must not charge nor accept any reward for services performed in this capacity. Justices of the peace are not usually required to have a formal legal education in order to qualify for the office. However, every JP is expected to complete a period of training before he or she is commissioned into the office. Any citizen, club, organization, or other such body or enterprise may recommend that an individual be appointed a JP. The recommendation must be made to the custos of the parish in which the individual resides. Having received this recommendation, the custos will then instruct that enquiries be made into the background of the person so recommended. This is a precautionary measure to ensure that the individual under consideration is suitable for the position of a JP. Every parish has an advisory committee which deliberates and selects persons deemed to be qualified to become Justice of the Peace. It is made up of the custos, the resident magistrate, and the superintendent of police, and is constantly reviewing the requirements of each community to ensure that there are enough JPs to meet the needs of the community. The lay magistrate court, the juvenile courts, and the drug court. These parish advisory committees also ensure that there is an adequate supply of JPs willing and able to sign documents for the public throughout the parish. The custos submits the names of persons approved by the advisory committee to the Minister of Justice, who has the responsibility for making recommendations to the Governor General. Every JP must be trained prior to being commissioned. By virtue of the oath of office taken at appointment, a JP undertakes to well and truly serve the office of Justice of the Peace. The JP is given the instrument of office and the official seal authorizing the discharge of the functions of that office. To be appointed a Justice of the Peace, the candidate must fulfill the following criteria. 1. Be a Jamaican citizen who is resident in Jamaica at the time of appointment and is able to read and speak English fluently. Be at least 23 years old. Be a person of unquestionable integrity and who commands the respect and confidence of the local community. Be a person who has given good service to the community and the wider Jamaica and who demonstrates the potential for continued service. Be able to communicate and interact at all levels with all types of individuals in his or her community. In addition to upholding the rights of citizens, the Justice of the Peace is required to serve as a justice in the lay magistrate's court. Attend the children's court and drug court. Consider applications for bail. Attend police stations. Explain and sign documents. Sit on licensing panels. Give counsel and advice to the citizens or members in one's community. The Justice Training Institute, JTI, coordinates training for all justices of the peace, which is carried out by retired and serving judges and attorneys at law. The qualification process is an important step in the journey towards becoming a justice of the peace. However, this does not automatically mean that these individuals will become JPs. Aspirants who wish to serve as JPs are required to have 18 mandatory contact hours of training and an additional 3 hours for visits to lockups to equip them with the requisite knowledge, skills, and attitudes to fulfill their roles and functions as justices of the peace. The areas of training include the Justice of the Peace Appointment and Code of Conduct, the Official Seals Act and Regulations, the Bail Act and Regulations, Authentication and Attestation of Documents, Writing Recommendations, and Identification Parades. An important aspect of the work of JPs is to visit lockups. Justices of the peace are required to visit lockups to ensure that detainees' fundamental human rights are observed and respected. During the visit, the remand book, detainees' medical record, and also the condition of the cells are inspected by the Justice of the Peace. It is important that all Justices of the Peace submit their annual reports by December 31st. It is important that all Justices of the Peace submit their reports because these serve as crucial communication tools for the Custos Rotolorum and the Ministry of Justice. Each report can be dropped off at the Custos office at 84 Lady Musgrave Road, Kingston 10, or the Justice Center, 2 Hagley Park Road, Kingston 10. The reports aid the ministry in planning for future training programs and policy development. It also provides the Ministry of Justice with the current addresses, email, and telephone numbers of JPs in their parishes so that they can communicate better with them.